Whole shot, first lap led, almost did 2 laps. We'll take it. We'll take it.
We'll get a couple, like 2 individual starts. We'll get some gate drops, and then we'll go into our warm-up after that.
Is it lined up?
How's everybody feeling? Great? Great?
30 plus old, so I'm getting not easy. Not easy.
The answer is I'm feeling great, Harry. We're going to have a great day. Track's good. We got a good bike.
Yeah, but that's a different fork.
Track's good. The bike is better. We make it good, Dave. It's not.
And the first thing I see is switchback lines are cut. Takes away that outside if you go inside, and out. The outside's actually really good. How rough it is. But if you go in, you gotta go out.
Another good day. We got a real track out there, that's for sure.
It's real. It just sucks.
I feel like I can actually like ride technical. I don't feel like I have to just turn my brain off and just do this. I can actually like hop around and use technique.
Depends on how much moisture they have in Colorado. It's kind of a slot car sometimes if they get all the moisture, but yeah.
It says raining though, like now, so it should get good moisture.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Might actually be good.
Yeah. I like when it's super rutted.
I struggled with the slow bike.
Yeah, that's a killer, huh?
I always enjoyed like 450, just power and like being able to use it, and then like you go there and it's just like it's just like a moped.
It's like a moped.
10 after now, 20-minute break. Come back at 10:30. We're gonna do a short moto to start with, and then kind of get the intensity up, and then probably longer motor after that. So, all right.
So would you rather train in stuff like this or like a fresh track?
No, this is like how it is in the races, way better. When it's flat, it's so fast. I mean, the benefit of having flat track is just building the raw speed, riding at like a fast, at a fast mile per hour, so your mind can think about it. But this is what it's like in the races. Like it gets technical, it gets rough. You're searching for lines, you're searching for traction. It's basically how it's been the last 2 weekends, so perfect. Should be like that this weekend as well. Second motor for
What an absolute swing in conditions. You go from Hangtown, where it's 100 degrees, scorching hot, riders barely making it across the finish line, straight to the ice bath. The very next weekend, you're in Thunder Valley, and the rain comes down, the hail comes down, and press day is actually canceled. And for all the riders that race Pro Nationals, you're going into the weekend hoping for some bit of normalcy. But of course, when it comes to racing motocross, you have to be ready for every condition, and sometimes those conditions swing from one extreme to another, and that's exactly what happened between rounds 2 and 3, Hangtown and Thunder Valley. The weather is going to play a huge role in this track. When you are riding on soft ground with a lot of ruts, it's very challenging, not only on the rider, but on the motorcycle as well, when it comes to finding settings, finding comfort. But with the weather that they've had this week in Colorado, this is going to be abnormal. And of course, on press day, the riders are wondering, what are we going to get? How bad is it going to be? Is it going to be complete mutter, which if that's the case, okay, we'll go racing. Is it going to be one of those half mutters where it's a little bit on the sloppy side, we're kind of racing, kind of battling, but the jumps are brutal and line choice is everything? Yeah, it could possibly be that. Or maybe it's just enough rain and just enough track prep to make it just ruddy. That's the attitude on Friday. What are we going to get? How are we going to have to adjust? And what are we racing on tomorrow?
Was it like worse than you thought it was going to be?
I mean, I guess not. It rained a lot yesterday, but yeah, it's just like you forget how slow your bikes are up here, and then the mud just makes it so I feel like I'm going nowhere. I'm just sitting like this. Like I'm going up the start straight, and I can like wipe my helmet, you know, and get my goggles. I'm just like this still, and then 10 seconds later, I finally made it to the top of the hill. I feel like I'm going 10 miles an hour, but yeah, it's not bad. It's gonna get better. I don't know if it'll get better actually. It's gonna get deeper ruts, but the ruts are getting, even where we had just one line, we're getting to the dry dirt underneath. So should be faster next practice, I think. If not, I'm like 13th, so whatever. Not bad.
Like the guys up front tended to just take the main deep line.
Yeah.
On some of the like that infields, the new sections.
Yeah.
They weren't really doing the outsides. They just get in it. It was really difficult to exit, but they would just get it at the very end.
They're just doing shorter.
Because at least they're down on the hard dirt where they can take off.
Yeah.
But I think the lines you were taking now might be come around this one.
Yeah.
But you're in an okay spot, even if the track slows down. It's kind of like, this is going to be such a techie track for motos that
I know, it'll be perfect for
it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
The altitude is a huge deal when it comes to the motorcycle and a rider's stamina. And they're not new to this. They raced Salt Lake City Supercross. They've raced Denver Supercross. They've been here at Lakewood before. But what's going to cause this one to be so much more difficult is the track conditions mixing in with the altitude. Because typically here you're able to rail a lot of these corners and use the little momentum that you can carry to get over the obstacles, up these hills, and on these off cambers. But now with the ruts and with the multiple lines, you mix that with the altitude where it drops all the power in the motorcycle, you have to squeeze that much harder to get anything out of the bike, and it's one or the other.
Motor swaps mean good luck for the day. Every time we've done a motor swap, the day's gone really good. So I got no complaints. I'm not happy about it, but I got no complaints.
Was he 10th? 220? I think. 10th overall in the first one. It's either going to get really gnarly and not any faster, or it'll dry up a little bit and it'll carry a little bit more speed, but it's still going to be gnarly. It's going to be a good day.
The goal for every rider in the Pro Nationals is to avoid the consolation race, and for Alex, He had to go in one right there early in the championship, round 2 at Hangtown, which was nerve-wracking. But at the same time, it was a learning experience that allowed him to understand how important practice is and understand that practice is a game and you have to play it a certain way. And talk about a 1-week improvement. Alex was way better in qualifying this week. No issues, nowhere near getting in that consolation race, and definitely adapted to the track a lot faster. Of course, the conditions were weird. It was soft, it was ruddy. It was brutal conditions for someone who has been to Thunder Valley, but not this way. And for Alex, he knew that he needed to be quick early. He had to be fast. He had to charge. He couldn't wait. And he was way better in qualifying today, which put him right in the motos. No issues, no consolation race. We're going racing 2 35-minute motos. Cody absolutely has momentum leaving Hangtown. When you have the chance to get up front and ride that lead pace and be up in the battle with these former champions, these 250, 450, supercross, motocross, MXGP champions, that momentum that you carry from Hangtown is huge going into the next week, not only on the motorcycle, but in the mind. And for Cody, he believes in himself. He's one of the strongest mental riders on the track, but you even get a bump even that much more when you come off of a race where you're up battling with former champions and current supercross champions. And for Cody, there's no way that he's going to go into Thunder Valley with anything less than confidence, and it's absolutely going to play its role in the track. For a rider, when you can get off the gate and get up into that front lead pack, you get to go different speeds. You're not trapped in a battle, you're not getting roosted, you're not trying to figure things out in kind of a chaotic little war zone. Instead, you're running a lead pace with guys that are moving around the track a lot faster. They're taking better lines. There's a different style of racecraft up there. And for Cody, that's what he got to experience at Hangtown, being in that lead group for so long, seeing different things. And remember, he's coming off of 250 supercross racing, and he's moved over to 450 motocross racing with a bunch of former champions. They see the track differently. They dissect the track differently. They move around the track differently. They battle differently. And for him to be up there for 2 motos and get to see that and feel that, that is absolutely a benefit moving into the next round of the championship, because you start to believe that you should be up there. It's one thing to hope that you can be in that lead group, but when you start getting up there more and more, you demand it. And for Cody, that's where we're at now in the season.
Great pace, on with those guys. It was like you were nervous to pass those guys. You had the pace on them. It's like you were looking at the number and holy fuck. It was a great ride. A little mistake. Not even your fault.
Max is still fighting some comfort on the motorcycle, relearning how to ride motocross, adapting to his handbrake, adapting to a Yamaha. These are a lot of challenges that he's facing early in a championship. And for a kid who grew up on the West Coast, he has spent the last year now on the East Coast, getting comfortable to the soft soil and the different types of dirt that the East Coast has to offer. So this return back to West has been challenging when you're riding a new motorcycle that you've never ridden, and you're also coming off of a year break. So for Max, not being 100% comfortable hasn't given him a chance to be at his very best. And when you mix that with mid-pack starts and you're in the middle of the battle, in the middle of the fight, you never even get to really get comfortable and adapt and even feel what's underneath you. So he is battling both of those elements right now, discomfort and lack of clear air. And as soon as that comfort hits, as soon as he connects to his motorcycle completely and gets the start and gets up into that top 5 to 7 group, you're going to see a different Max forward. The speed you see from Alex during the week starts with comfort. Comfort leads to confidence. Confidence leads to aggression. Aggression leads to your very best. And Alex hasn't been able to put that entire domino run together just yet at the Pro Nationals because it starts with comfort.
riding good, but dude, we're all the same speed. It's so annoying. Like I'm just pushing, and it's the same, it's the same, it's the same, it's the same. It's so frustrating. It's literally just a start. It's annoying.
For ClubMX, running up front is not new. Whether it's supercross or motocross, these bikes get put up in the lead group, and for Club to be up there at Hangtown and be in that lead group on the start and be able to see Cody in that top 5 running that pace, that is normal to the fans of motocross. They're getting used to seeing Club up front, and for Cody, he was able to do it on a 250 in supercross. Think back to the Seattle supercross where he was able to get the whole shot, lead his heat race, fend off Juju Bomer and Joe Shimoda, and grab that heat race win. Well, this is nothing new now. The sport, the riders, the industry, the fans, they are used to him being up front. They are used to him being in that lead group, and now he's doing it with the 450 guys in the Pro Nationals and just showing his range that he can go indoors on a 250, outdoors on a 450. It doesn't matter. When that gate drops, it's going to be at the finish.
It's Cody Shock going to grab the lead over Cooper Webb. 2 Yamahas up front.
Yeah, but we see how these opportunities with how difficult this racetrack is. Once you get in a run, you might have an opportunity to try to go around Cody. Cody, welcome to the 450 class here.
So the 37 gets it back. The crowd salutes him.
Yeah, no, 100%, but at the same time, Cody's riding really good. I mean, we see how difficult it is to make some passes around this racetrack.
Dude, that was sick.
Yeah. 13th overall, 18th at moto. Had a pretty gnarly crash. I'm good though, but I'm gonna live up to that excitement though. Whole shot, first lap led, almost did 2 laps. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Hey, first ever lap led.
Told you, didn't I?
First ever.
Lead a lap,
Yeah.
then we'll go from there. Okay? Awesome. Hey, you're as good as those dudes.
I know.
You're as good.
Smiling at you got 19. How are you happy about that? I'm just kidding. That's fucking awesome. I got so lucky. I cross-rutted so bad and just went straight for the fucking pole. I didn't see it. I don't.
Where did it hit?
What?
Right.
The pole?
The poles?
The bike hit the pole more.
You hit the pole too.
Oh, I know, but how cool is that?
Where did the poles hit you?
For Alex to hit his full potential, he just needs time. That's the whole point of racing this summer. Race every single round with the intent on learning as much as possible. The more information that he carries, the more that he can process, the more that he can execute. That's how it works with him. This kid, he's a sponge. He likes to learn. He likes to take in the information, process, figure out what means what. He's been great at that over the last year, but now he's taking it to a whole new discipline. And as soon as he goes through the ringer, goes through the ropes, and put some reps out on track, it's all going to take here just like it does back at home. we are starting to see a trend with Max where the second moto is better than the first, and that makes sense. Moto 1, you're learning the bike, you're learning the track, you're reconnecting. Moto 2, once everything is starting to make sense and the calculations have all been put together, you're stronger, you're better, you're faster, you're more comfortable, and that's exactly what we're seeing with Max every Moto 2 this year. So now 3 rounds into the championship, and that trend is evident. Moto 2s have been better every single week for Max Vohland.
Good speed. I know. Good job, dude.
I was better. Had some forward momentum there in the beginning. Yeah, I wish I just would have found my lines that I had at the end a little bit earlier, and those guys would have never got me. I would have got 7th. But it's racing. At least I was definitely an improvement from first moto.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're as high as B7.
In chambers, bro. He crashed and his bike flipped right on my rut. I was on the inside and he just flipped and his front wheel, literally, I was going and it was like slap and I just chopped over the bar, dude. Trying to cut up as much as I can. God.